3, 2, 1, 0.
Roger, the clock is operating. We're underway.
You're loud and clear.
Roger, we're programming and roll okay. A little bumpy along about here.
Roger. Stand by for 20 seconds.
Roger. We're smoothing out some now, getting out of the vibration area.
Roger, you're through max Q. Flight path is...
Roger, feels good through max Q and smoothing out real fine. Cabin pressure coming down by 7. Okay, flight very smooth now. Sky looking very dark outside.
All Roger, reading you loud and clear. 7. Cape is go. We're standing by for you.
Roger, Cape is go and I am go. Our capsule is in good shape. Fuel 103, 102, oxygen 78,100. Cabin pressure holding steady at 5.8. Amps is 2.6. All systems are go, indicating 6 Gs. Roger, 0 G, and I feel fine. Capsule is turning around. Oh, that view is tremendous.
Roger, turnaround has started.
Roger, capsule turning around, and I could see the booster during turnaround just a couple of 100 yards behind me. It was beautiful.
Roger, 7. You have a go with at least 7 orbits.
Roger, understand go for at least 7 orbits. The Friendship 7 can see clear back a big cloud pattern way back across toward the Cape. We're all set. This is very comfortable at 0 G. I have nothing but very fine feeling. It just feels very normal and very good. Have very little dirt floating around in the capsule, just a little bit, and preparing to take Xylo's pill at present time. This is Friendship 7. The head movements cause no sensations whatsoever. Feel fine. Reach test, I can hit directly to any spot that I want to hit. I have no problem reaching for knobs and have adjusted to 0 G very easily, much easier than I really thought I would. I have excellent vision on the charts, no astigmatism or any malfunctions at all. I feel fine so far,
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. It is Thursday, May 30th, 7:19 p.m., and I will be hanging out with you guys for about an hour. Welcome, one and all. If this is your first time tuning into a little Lightspeed Lounge action, this is just kind of a relaxing stream. No video games tonight. Just shooting the shit, hanging out, listening to some music, answering some questions, talking about Star Wars. It doesn't have to be about Star Wars. It can be about life. It can be about whatever you want. So yeah, welcome guys. Lime Green Icy, Red 5 going in. Nightbot. What's going on, Nightbot? Stuart Lugston. Carter Lovejoy, King Cray, Zozo Go-Go. Robin. Airzone. What's up, Airzone? Good to see you, man. Dude 217. Mad, Marv, Will, Hazley. Good to see everybody. What's going on today? So I finished recording a chapter last night, and now I only have 2 more chapters to record. I'm hoping to finalize I'm hoping to record both of them tonight, get them edited, get that shit up over the weekend. I see no reason other than the fact that I'm going out of town next Wednesday that I can't get it up within the next couple days. We are, well, actually moving, I'll say that, and it's fucking chaos right now, so the next week we'll see. Staying around the area, but it's just chaos. I'm doing really well, Dante, thank you for asking. Yeah, things have been good. Today was hectic, and my daughter kept me very busy, and it was hot as shit. We went for about a 2-mile walk at 9 in the morning, and I was like, okay, it's not too hot yet. We were both sweating our asses off. No notification again? Yeah, I don't get it, man. It's so weird. It's so weird. Notifications sometimes go out, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they go out to like a handful of people. The vast majority of the time, notifications go out to like a 10th of people, if that. It's weird. It's weird. Thank you, Jawa Josh. I appreciate that, man. Bum 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 bum. Hey, did you see the Death Stranding trailer? Zozo. No, actually just heard of Death Stranding for the first time today on Twitter. I still haven't seen anything on it. I don't really know what it is, except for the description was like, the world has gone to shit and it's your job to patch it together. Is that what it was? I don't know. I'll have to check out the trailer later. The first time I ever heard about it was in text form on Twitter, so I have no idea. Well, thank you, Carter. Yeah, that was a fun video to make. I like making those kind of videos. Are you excited for Galaxy's Edge? Carter Lovejoy. Yeah, I'm in no rush. It looks fun. It looks neat, but like, I know it's just going to be absolutely insane and crazy. So I'll wait a few years. I'm in no rush, like I said, and I kind of want to wait until my daughter's old enough to go, kind of get it, because she's 14 months now, almost 14 months, and the idea of her, like, taking her to Disney World in the summer, and it just sounds miserable, and I kind of want to wait until she can kind of get it a little more. 4, 5, even 3 would be okay, but yeah, I'm in no rush. I went to, some of you guys have heard this, but I've heard, I went to the Harry Potter world within the first couple weeks that it opened, and it was fucking chaos. So not even Star Wars makes me want to jump into that human pool, that human, I don't know. You'd just be wading through a sea of humans, right? Anyway. Star Wars game that could have been great / had potential, or a remake with this console generation. Are you asking me what that could have been great / had potential, or remake with this console generation? I'm not a big fan of remakes in general, 23 DBZ. Or remastered versions of stuff. Those things have never interested me. Usually they're a little tweaked. They're not mind-blowingly different. Now a flat-out remake doesn't interest me at all either. That's something that I've never really understood why people want. For me, I want, like, Shadows of the Empire is one of my all-time favorite Star Wars games of all time. Probably my second favorite Star Wars game of all time. I do not want it remade. I want new games. The idea of just, like, remaking stuff that I played 20 years ago does not interest me whatsoever. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not really interested in remakes. I would much rather have new games, What's going on, M98? Good to see you, man. Wayfez, I'm actually going to Galaxy's Edge opening day in Orlando, planning on getting the build your own lightsaber. May God help me survive. Yeah, it's going to be chaos. Did I hear correctly that the pricing on the build your own lightsaber thing is $200? It's like a experience kind of thing. That's $200 seems crazy to me. I could be wrong. There's a lot of bullshit going on the old social media being thrown around. It is $200. Whee! That's the price of a ticket. Whee! That's the price of a Disney. You could get a 3-day pass for Florida residents for that price. That's crazy, man. Oh, it's made from actual metal? Okay. Okay, interesting. Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought it was like just a plastic kind of, you know, one of the ones that you buy at Toys R Us and that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Okay. That makes more sense then. Okay, that makes more sense. I in my head I thought it was like one of those kind of almost like a Lego set, plastic. You pop things together. You know what I mean? And you make your own plastic saber. That makes sense then. That makes sense. Oh man. I want a new Star Wars game that doesn't suck. I just want a new Star Wars game, man. It's been, what, 6 years? 7 years since... I think 6 years, right? 2013 is when EA acquired the license. I never expected just to have 2 Battlefront games. I expected them to completely milk the franchise. But, you know... Maybe it's growing pains. Maybe they had to find their footing. Maybe Disney even had to figure out some canonical stories. They had to sign off on certain things. Who knows? Who knows? But I'm ready for the Star Wars video game drought to come to an end, and I'm ready for some fun Star Wars games. Yeah, I'm actually going to EA Play on Wednesday. Flying out there, going to EA Play. From the 5th to the 10th. And really, really looking forward to checking out Jedi Fallen Order. Yeah, I'm pumped. If anyone hasn't seen Star Wars Imperial Historian, then please do. He's a great channel. Oh.
I got to attend a showing of A New Hope with a live orchestra performance for the 42nd anniversary. It was phenomenal. ANH is my favorite. Have you ever gotten to attend something like that?
Doge Squadron, thank you so much for the generous and super chat tonight. First super chat of the stream. I greatly appreciate that, man. Once again, thank you so much as we listen to Vibe Mountain. A little upbeat tune, Doge, so we can read your super chat and give you a little answer there. But thank you so much once again. Hey HG, I got to attend a showing of A New Hope with a live orchestra performance for the 42nd anniversary. It was phenomenal. A New Hope is my favorite. Have you ever gotten to attend something like that? First of all, the Jacksonville Symphony Orchestra recently did that exact same thing, Doge, this year. I didn't go. I wanted to go, couldn't go. I was kind of bummed, but you know, I'm sure it'll happen again within the next few years, and I'll make a plan to go. But congratulations on being able to see that. That is okay. To answer the second part of your question, I saw Raiders of the Lost Ark with the Jacksonville Symphony Orchestra. I also saw Home Alone, which was a really cool experience. Home Alone was just, you know, when you listen to Home Alone, you don't... oh, one sec. Robin, thank you so much, man. Give me one sec. When you watch Home Alone, you know, you would recognize the music if you listen to it, but with an orchestra playing there, you don't... Without that orchestra... Well, rather, with the orchestra, you realize how brilliant the music is. It's really good. So yes, I've seen Home Alone, and I've seen... Raiders of the Lost Ark with the symphony. Raiders was great. Home Alone was great. I really want to see A New Hope. A New Hope is also my favorite Star Wars movie of all time, Doge, because that's the one I grew up with the most. When I think of Star Wars, I think of A New Hope. It's a Western. It's gritty. It's light on the magic. It's light on the sabers. It is just a fast-paced... it's where it all began, right? And I love... With any trilogy, with any saga, with any franchise, typically my favorite movie is the very first one. Lord of the Rings, Back to the Future, Indiana Jones, just pretty much any franchise that I can think of, the first one's usually my favorite. Well, maybe not Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is always a toss-up for me. I can never pick a favorite. Some days it's Temple of Doom because it's just so different and I love it. I don't know. Anyway, Joe, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support tonight. I'm glad you got to experience that. Maybe they'll do it again on the 43rd anniversary, and I'll be able to go see it. But I appreciate that, man. And Robin, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support as well. Got my dream guitar yesterday. A white, black, and gold custom Les Paul. What kind of music do you like? I've been writing Post Malone / Frank Ocean / Billie Eilish type stuff. I'm working on an EP. That is badass, man. Please share that when you finish it. And by finish it, I don't mean rush it. I mean take your time, obviously. But that's really cool. I only found out the other day, Robin, I told Alexa, like, whenever I'm feeding my daughter lunch or anything like that, we always say, like, Alexa, play music, right? Play Josh Ritter, play Ryan Adams, play Bright Eyes, play Death Cab for Cutie. Sometimes I say, Alexa, play popular music. And there was a song that played, Robin. And I was like, wow, this is really good. Because most of the time when that stuff comes on, you know, I'm not really that into it. I say Alexa next. But there was a song that came on, and I was like, oh, this is really catchy. I like this. It's kind of low key for this chart-topping list of songs. And it was Billie Eilish. And I had never heard of her. And I, you know, because I'm old and greasy and crusty and out of the loop. And I was like, wow, this is really good. And she's super young, and I had never heard of her. And it's catchy, and it's, like I said, a little low-key. But it was really neat. And what's funny is that I had watched the episode of Hot Ones with her on it, and I had no idea who she was. And then when that song came on, I put 2 and 2 together, and I was like, oh, that's the girl that was in the Hot Ones episode. It was just kind of neat, you know? But yeah, I've only heard like 2 songs of hers. They're catchy though. I don't really know Post Malone. There's I can't even think of this tune. But that's awesome, man. Please share it when you're done. And as I said, no rush. And you asked what kind of music I'm into. Let me take a quick sip of coffee real quick. So, I like a lot of stuff. I can give some bands that I like. You know, I'm into bands like Bright Eyes or Conor Oberst. I like a lot of like 90s alternative stuff as well. I'm a big fan of, well, like that kind of stuff, like Smashing Pumpkins, all that kind of stuff that I grew up with, right? But also I love Bob Seger, Billy Joel, the Beatles, and then also I love Motown, Gladys Knight and the Pips, all those, that kind of music. But I listen to a lot of Josh Ritter as well, Death Cab for Cutie, like I said earlier. There's a band called Pine Grove that I've been really into lately. One of their songs that I recommend is called Old Friends. Pine Grove Old Friends. It's really great. But yeah, I don't even know what you would call, I don't know. My Morning Jacket. I was really into RX Bandits back in the day when they were on Drive-Thru Records. I don't know if they're still making music, but they were always one of my favorites. And just really fun, complex kind of ska. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Postal Service? Yeah, I don't like them as much as Death Cab. But yeah. I haven't really listened to them as much as Death Cab either, but yeah. You know, so yeah, Robin, just a bunch of stuff. Whenever I'm put on the spot like that, I have a really, really hard time remembering bands and artists and stuff like that I'm into. And as soon as I end the stream, it'll all flood back to me. My brain doesn't work that quick, but yeah, if you basically want to understand what kind of shit I'm into, check out Josh Ritter. He's one of my favorites. And if you're looking for my favorite road trip album of all time, look up a band called Limbeck, Limbeck, and the album is called Hi, Everything's Great. I'm telling you, if you have a road trip coming up, download Limbeck's Hi, Everything's Great, and you will tap your toes until you get to your destination. It's so goddamn good. It is so goddamn good. So goddamn good. But I appreciate that, Robin. And best of luck, man. Best of luck. Matt Thornton, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support as well. Billy D. Williams will be at London Comic-Con this year. I only realized he is 82 now, and this may be my last chance to meet him, so excited. I actually didn't realize he was 82 either. He was significantly older than even Harrison Ford, who was the oldest person in that main crew. How old is Harrison Ford? Is he like 75? 76. Okay, 76. Billy D. Williams. I believe you. I'm just double checking you on that. Okay, so he's 6 years older. I didn't realize that either. Matt? Interesting. Yeah, take advantage of it. Life is fleeting. Time is short. Yeah, it's sad to say. I've never been one to like really need to either get autographs or pictures with actors or anything like that. I don't know why I've never really had a huge desire to meet people like that as much as I admire them. I don't know why. I've just never had that, that itch. That being said, when Peter Mayhew passed, I had an opportunity to, when I was at Celebration, to meet him, anybody could buy the ticket and stand in line. And at the time I was like, I don't know. I didn't really want to. And when kind of eternity sucks that opportunity away forever and ever, I kind of regret having that mentality, But yeah, take advantage of it, Matt. Life is fleeting, and tell him thanks. That's great though. London Comic-Con. Is that? I don't know, man. I've never been to a Comic-Con. I've always wanted to. I've never been one that's really big for conventions. I don't know why. I've been to Celebration once for one day. It was fun. I don't know if I would want to do the whole like 4, 5, or 3 day thing. I don't know. They last about 4 days, right? I don't know if I'd want to do the full time. I think I would get a little antsy and I would just end up exploring whatever city it was in. But yeah, Matt. Enjoy, man. I appreciate that support tonight. I've never seen Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. My buddy has recommended that to me since it came out, and I still haven't seen it. Luke Almendinger, good to see you, man. Thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that. Luke says, are you going to bring back In JJ We Trust for episode 9? Thanks for featuring me in one of those videos back in 2015. You made my year. Yeah, that was a fun time, Luke, wasn't it? Like, it's crazy. Well, first of all, it's crazy to think that was 4 years ago, right? And even before that, I think I made those JJ We Trust videos and the shirts and all that stuff before 2015. It was leading in, maybe even 2013, early 2014. So it's crazy to think that it's been that long, and that was such a fun time period, right, man? Like, just Cloud9 absolute hype. We're getting more Star Wars. No bullshit. Just excitement, and I think everybody was just kind of on pins and needles to see what was coming down the pike. But so yeah, kind of off topic, Luke, but I don't think I will ever be that hyped again. I think, and that's not a kind of a negative thing. That's just how I see it. Leading into 2015, for episode 7. You know, I never thought we would see more Star Wars movies. The vast majority of people probably thought we would never see more Star Wars movies. And then boom, more Star Wars movies. And it was just kind of the ultimate hype, the ultimate build-up. And now, is it saturated? I guess that's up to you, but I wouldn't call it saturated. I would just say that the hype isn't as much. I don't think it'll ever be where it was. And that makes sense. Just because you go from nothing to everything, right? And then when you're in the mix of everything, you kind of take things for granted. But yeah. So no, I don't think I'll bring back Luke, in JJ We Trust, Luke. I think it would have, as much as I enjoyed making those videos and having this like community thing going on, I'll probably keep it in the past. I'll probably keep it as it's a little thing leading into this new era of Star Wars. Not to mention, it would be taken out of context nowadays, Luke, I think. This is probably the biggest reasons I've decided not to continue on with it 4 years later, is because I think people would take it the wrong way. I think there would be like a negative connotation with it. If I said in JJ We Trust and made a bunch of like in JJ We Trust shirts again, I think people would take it as almost like a band-aid to what they perceive is a franchise that's in trouble. Does that make sense? Like, people would spin it to make it seem like a campaign for JJ to fix, and that's not the intention that I would have. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense in my brain. Like if I said in JJ We Trust, people would go, yeah, fix it, JJ. And that's not my intention at all. And I don't want this, the thing that I created to be hijacked, right? Easily could be, but yeah. Anyway, Luke, I appreciate that, man. That will definitely be a forever and ever incredible time period for me to look back on. But yeah, I appreciate that tonight. Ah, man. Carter Lovejoy, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that. The Robot Reddit, and I'm going to read it as well. Coming 2023, a remake of the sequel trilogy directed by why is that break? It's like breaking. Ivan Ortega, produced by Geeks and Gamers and written by Mike Zero. LOL. You think so? Is it going to be crowdfunded? I don't think I've heard of Ivan Ortega. Let me look it up. Ivan Ortega. Or is it Ortega? Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard. People have recommended me check out this, a fan edit. Which I still want to check out, to tell you the truth. I like fan edits. You know, I've seen Phantom Menace, the Phantom Edit, all that kind of stuff. I've always liked fan edits, but yeah. Do you think there will ever be a crowd-funded, like, well, there's already crowd-funded fan films, right? Some of the best ones aren't, though, right? I mean, when you crowd-fund a fan film, and this happened a lot, there's a lot of crowd-funded fan films. And then you watch a fan film that wasn't crowdfunded, and it was just, but it's just incredible. Like Days of what was that called? Star Wars fan film Days Past. Days Past is so good, man. If you guys haven't seen Days Past, watch it. It's just, there's no action. It's just a really well acted fan film. I just love it. Anyway, Screenwriting 101. Yeah, I've heard of the Topher Grace prequel edit, Carter. But yeah, I love fan films. It's and sometimes they're made on a shoestring budget and they're incredible. Sometimes they have a fucking enormous budget and the shoestring budget ones trump them in every way, shape, and form imaginable. That's why I was saying, like, when you crowdfund something and it's no better than any like way less produced thing, does that make the crowdfunded people that funded it mad? Maybe not. I guess that really doesn't matter, right? Probably not. Yeah, but anyway, check out Days Past. It's a fantastic Star Wars fan film. Maybe my favorite. Maybe my favorite. Right next to Jakku First Wave. I love that one. It's so short and sweet. Anyway, what happened? Weegen, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. And once again, Carter, thank you for the support, not only tonight but this month, man. I really appreciate that. Weegen, hey Greedo, it seems that I've been taking poops that perfectly match up to your streams. All right. Okay. Whatever it takes to calm your bowels and soothe the Hershey Highway. Whatever it takes, man. It just kind of reminds me of a quote unquote trailer reaction video that I made for Han Solo. It was literally just me sitting on the toilet. I love whenever I make a video like that, I do look at the comment section because I know that people who don't get the vibe of the channel will be like, this is stupid. And I'll be like, yeah, it is. I love it. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your poo, Weegen. So you sent that super chat 8 minutes ago. Are you still sitting there? Are your legs asleep? I hope not. I hope you got up. I hope you're all clean. But yeah, Weegen, I appreciate that, man. Wipe. Get Charmin Fresh Mates. I'm telling you. If I could have one sponsor on this channel, one sponsor that sponsored my video, that sponsored my entire channel, it would be Charmin Fresh Mates. I'm not even joking. Robin, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. Once again. Where'd it go? There we go. Blonde by Frank Ocean is an amazing album. You'd like it. It's different. On my screen, it breaks it up so weird. It doesn't, like, continue sentences. It breaks words up halfway. I have to take a screenshot of it sometimes. You'd like its different tone, especially white Ferrari. I'm getting a new car, so a road trip is in order. Nice, man. Nice. Okay, I'll check that out. I'm going to bring that up. Frank Ocean. Let me see. Frank Ocean. Oh, okay. This is a guy. I think my wife has played his music before. She said I would like him because he kind of let's see. Oh, I think so. I think this is maybe not. Maybe it's not the same guy. I'm reading about him on. All right. Anyway, I'll check this out. Frank Ocean. You said blonde. Blonde. Okay. Frank Ocean Blonde. You like it, especially White Ferrari. Okay. Oh, Blonde is the album. All right. White Ferrari. White Ferrari. Okay. Cool. I'll check this out after the stream for sure. I appreciate the recommendation. I'm getting a new car, so a road trip is in order. Nice. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. Whenever you go on a road trip, and maybe it's not your jam, maybe it's not what you're into, Robin, but download Limbeck. Hi, everything's great. And to me, that is my go-to road trip album. So goddamn good. Just toe tapping. Yeah. Sometimes I want road trips to last longer because of that album. Anyway, I appreciate that, Robin, tonight. And as I said earlier, best of luck with everything, man. And Weegen, once again, thank you for the 2 silent supports right there, man. I appreciate that. If you're still here, maybe you're listening. Maybe you're in the middle of cleanliness. Probably. Raptark, thank you so much for the super chat as well. Thoughts on the old-timey Star Wars versus Star Trek discussion? It's weird to know/think they were so common, yet I don't see them at all now. Oh, the debates. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, let me take a quick sip. That is interesting, Raptark. Yeah, that used to be a pretty, I wouldn't say heated discussion, but it would definitely be a discussion. And I've never really had that discussion on the internet, at least. I've only had those discussions in real life. There was a guy at my squadron, older guy, who was he had like a Kirk authentic, not authentic, but like as authentic as you possibly could get, captain's uniform, and he would go to conventions and stuff like that, and we would have discussions, Star Wars versus Star Trek, and neither of us liked one more than the other, and we would always have really interesting conversations about why we liked one and why we liked the other. But I've never, you're right, I haven't really seen that at all the past, for a while. I've always thought, that whole argument is very silly. There's so many franchises going around nowadays. There's always been so much sci-fi and whatnot to get into. To have like a debate is the only reason that those two are in like a debate. Is it because they have the word star in them? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I've never really understood it. They're so different. That's the thing. They're so different. Star Trek appeals to my brain. Star Trek The Next Generation is my Star Trek. Captain Picard is my Picard. It is quite possibly one of my favorite shows. I mean, it definitely is one of my favorite shows of all time. But it might be at the tip-top of the spear. I have to differentiate it because I always say Sopranos is my favorite show of all time, but it's just different, right? It's just different. The Next Generation for me is a very hard to beat TV show. It's hopeful. There's just interesting questions that are posed. It looks at modern times through the lens of the future, right? And that's what all good sci-fi has always done. It tells tales of the future with elements of the present. That's what Star Trek has always been about. Tackling the moral questions of today through the lens of the future, kind of hiding those questions in the fuzziness of the future. I've always found that interesting. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know where those debates went. I don't see them anymore. Now debates are inside of those fandoms. Debates inside of Star Trek fandoms. Debates inside of Star Wars fandoms. The factions have turned into factions themselves. Once, what was a solid Trekkie fan base turned into factional splintering. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know. I like them both. I've always liked them both, so. Could you wear a Star Trek shirt to a Star Wars screening, Carter? I actually thought about wearing a Star Trek shirt to the EA Play Jedi Fallen Order panel. I might still do that. I have my Riker sweater. I might end up doing that. JX Editor, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support as well. I greatly appreciate that, man. Buddy made a song called Peanut Butter Peanut Butter Ass? It is unusually catch. Peanut Butter Asses? I'm going to scroll up. Maybe you type something. I don't think we're the crowd to determine the relevance of Star Trek. Oh. Is it Peanut Butter Asses? I'm going to keep an eye on the chat. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. Peanut Butter. As? It is unusually catchy. Asked me to do a Star Wars montage video of it for my YouTube channel. Kite Man Hell yeah. Well, what is it's called? I'm gonna Google it. Typo. Oh, what is it then? Okay, let's see. I'll look it up. Peanut butter ass. Oh, there's actually an Urban Dictionary peanut butter ass entry. When one fails to properly clean after defecation and large chunks of fecal matter remain around the anus. Oh, I love the internet. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let me know what to search for. I'll definitely listen to it. It is unusually catchy. Asked me to do a Star Wars montage video of it for my YouTube channel. Nice, do it. Do it. Absolutely do it. Do a little collaboration with your buddy. That's cool. I have rarely done collaborations. Not because I've never wanted to. Not because I haven't been asked. Not because, I mean, I've done a few. Just because I like, I don't know. I don't, how do I put this? I don't have much time to do anything. So when I do have time, I just want to buckle down and work on my own shit. You know what I mean? I like working alone. But yeah. But I appreciate that, JX Editor. And if you, I'm keeping an eye on the chat. So if you tell me what to search for, I will absolutely check it out after the stream. And the King of the Fat. Hey, Hello Greedo. Do you watch Filthy Frank iDubbbz Max Mofo. It splits it up for me. And How To Basic. I don't... The only person I know out of those is iDubbbz. Wait, is that iDubbbz? The Content Cop guy? Is that who it is? iDubbbz. Okay. Yeah. I haven't watched him in a long time, but I used to... there was a time, like maybe a month, where when my daughter was born, I had a lot of time, and she was very, very fussy, and I would be sitting on the couch and just kind of rocking her back and forth and trying to get her to stop crying. And when she would stop crying, I would just turn YouTube on very, very low, and I found iDubbbz, and I started laughing pretty hard at some of his shit. It was pretty funny. He's honestly the only person that I know from that list. Now I see Filthy Frank. I recognize him. I don't know where I recognize him from at all, actually. He looks really familiar. He looks like a guy I know in real life, but I can't picture. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen one of his videos. Let me look up the other guys. Maybe I know the, let's see, Max Mofo. See, I'm a horrible YouTube viewer. Max Mofo. Nope. Never heard of this guy. And let's see. Who was the other one? How To Basic. Oops. How To Basic. Let's see. How To Basic. How to make a wedding cake. Nope. I'm sure I've. I'm sure I've. Are these joke videos? Or are these for real? Oh, it's totally okay. Okay, that's funny. No, I don't think I've ever heard of. Oh, this is a genius idea. I've never heard of these videos. I'm gonna have to check these out. How to make a wedding cake. How to install Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC. All right, I'm gonna definitely check this out. I appreciate this recommendation, King of Fat. So yeah, I don't really watch much YouTube, and the YouTube that I watch is usually kind of smaller stuff than some of those creators. For whatever reason, I've never stumbled upon a lot of the huge creators, and it's interesting to me, in like this new, I don't know, your chat filters are destroying the title of this song. Really? Let's see. Here it is phonetically. Peanut butter ass. Neglected seed. Okay, nice. I'll check that out. What a roundabout way. Okay, cool. Alright, I found it. Sweet. I'll check it out. Yeah, it's always funny to me, and kind of crazy and mind-blowing that, you know, I've never heard of the vast majority of these enormous creators I've never heard of, because I'm not really that in tune with YouTube as a whole, right? I have my little niche. I have my little tiny closet in this giant internet house, but and then I stumble upon some of these creators, and they have millions of subscribers and social media followers. I'm like, holy shit, it's crazy that there are technically very famous people that the vast majority of people have never heard of. It's just like, it's interesting. I don't know. It's just very interesting to me. Oh, my coffee's cold. Maddie Bendy, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support this evening. I greatly appreciate that. If you could go to any Star Wars planet, WWYG, where would you go? I don't think I've ever seen that acronym before. I'm very surprised I figured it out, because I'm kind of dumb, Maddie. So, if I could go to any Star Wars planet. So, I'm thinking of this in terms of internally, as if I'm living in the Star Wars universe, and Star Wars is not a movie, right? I'm thinking of this as someone who lives in the Star Wars universe and just needs to get away for a little bit of relaxation. So, I'm going to say I would go to Naboo. You know, the Star Wars fan in me that wants to go and experience and see the things that I love in a movie would say Tatooine. But as somebody who lives in the Star Wars universe, who, let's say, plows crops all day, I'd want to go to Naboo. Take a swim. Observe the waterfalls. Maybe go visit the Gungans. Just enjoy myself on a gondola. Roll around in the grass. So yeah, 100%, no question about it, Naboo. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, though, that's internally in the movie, as a character in the movie, wanting to get away. The Star Wars fan in me would want to go to, like, Tatooine, for sure. But yeah. I appreciate that, Maddie. Thank you so much for the super chat and channel support this evening. What's up, Geekdom? Camino would be cool. Yeah? Camino would be cool. Let's see. I'm gonna see. The only thing I can think of from Camino is like the platforms and stuff like that. Camino. Called Big Stormy by some clone troopers. Planet of Storms was a water world where the clone army of the Galactic Republic was created. That'd be fun. I think just to see the cloners. There you go. Yeah, you're thinking like a citizen of the galaxy. We live in Florida, so we're already in Camino. There you go. Dude, I got in my car the other day, or was it yesterday? I think I took a Instagram story of it. It was 98 degrees. And me and my daughter had to go somewhere. So like 30 minutes before we had to leave, I went out and I turned the car on and just had the AC blasting for 30 minutes because, you know, it's like, well, I guess that's what people do up north when it snows. They turn the car on to get it heated. I turn the car on 30 minutes before I have to go to avoid stepping into a boiling hot Subaru Crosstrek. But yeah, it's too fucking hot, man. Connor Johnson, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support this evening, man. I greatly appreciate that. One of my favorite bands of all time is a British progressive rock group called Supertramp. Are you familiar with their music? Yes. I can't think of the song. What am I thinking of? God damn it. I'm looking at their discography, but I don't... Nothing is jumping out to me. I know the name. Well, I guess I'm not as familiar with them as I thought. I know the name. I'm sure if I listen to some of these songs, it'll come to me, but I honestly don't remember which song I'm thinking of. Supertramp. Let's see. It's probably just their fucking most popular song, right? That I'm thinking of. Man. I'm looking, Connor. I'm just looking at titles, but I don't know. Anyway, I know the name. I'm sure if I listen to some songs, I'll recognize them. My dad grew up kind of in that era, and he was majorly into bands like that. And I kind of grew up listening to some of that stuff. And sometimes, I'll be listening to something or that era of music. Something will come on, and I'll ask, who this is, and he'll rattle it off his brain, and I've never even heard of him, but I've heard the song 100 times, But I have this pulled up top on my browser, Connor, and as soon as this stream is over, I'm going to listen to a little bit of them on YouTube, along with Frank Ocean's White Ferrari that I got recommended to, along with Peanut Butter Ass, and along with How to Basic. I got those 4 things to check out tonight. But no, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the super chat and channel support tonight. I'll refresh my memory after the stream for sure. British progressive rock group called Supertramp. Are you familiar with their music? I feel like I've recently been listening to the radio driving, and I saw them pop up on my dash. I don't know. Could be wrong. Can't remember. Oh, man. Thoughts on Limp Bizkit and Nickelback? Limp Bizkit is from my town.
Thanks for your sanity/wisdom in troubled fandom times. I'm making a fan film about finding the courage to fight fascism. Clip, temp audio, looking for VFX help. Know anyone?
Reform Cat, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. I actually had no idea that you could post links in the chat. Interesting. Well, maybe just the super chats. I didn't even know you could post links in super chats. That's interesting. I'm gonna click it. Watch it just destroy my computer. Why we fight. Ooh. Wait, this is you? This is your fan film? Well, first of all, Reform Cat, I absolutely love the title. Why We Fight is a documentary that I've always enjoyed. I don't know if that's where you got it from. Why We Fight is kind of about the military-industrial complex. It's kind of it starts off with Eisenhower's farewell address, kind of discussing all of that stuff. Frank Capra. So that's awesome. I love the title. I love that you know that. I love that you kind of you're probably bringing that thoughts on that documentary or thoughts from the people within the documentary into a Star Wars fan film, which is such a cool idea. Which it makes complete sense in this world, right? I love that. Oh, I'm excited for this, man. That's really cool. I will, so everybody, it's not a virus. You can click the link, that Reform Cat posted. I will definitely check this out after the stream. This is really neat. Why We Fight. Badass, man. Movie brain fart. Rogue One director. Oh, this is a okay, so you have this unlisted, I'm assuming, right? Yeah, it's unlisted. Okay, cool. That's badass. So yeah, I don't know particularly any VFX people. Man. Looking for VFX help. Know anyone? You know, I don't really know anybody that does that kind of stuff. I am amateur, as amateur can get. I do some green screen, and I do my effects in Photoshop, and then animate them in After Effects. If anybody out there knows anybody who does VFX for a living, or is, you know, wanting to work on a fun project, definitely hit up Reform Cat. Click on his link. You could even post a little comment in the comment section of his video. But dude, I'm excited to see this. Just from the concept alone, just from the name of your fan film alone, I absolutely love it. It's kind of funny. So obviously wait, let me see. You can find out more if you Google Why We Fight on Kickstarter. Nice. I'll pull that up as well. Why We Fight Kickstarter. A Star Wars story by Chris Rowe. Nice. 86 backers. This is really neat, man. I love this kind of shit. Just, you know, people pouring their heart and soul into a creative project. Stormtrooper helmet plus screening invite. That's really neat. Well, congratulations on even pulling the trigger on something like this. This must take just enormous patience, even. Time and patience, and, you know, must be also pretty daunting, frustrating at times. But, dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, specifically, I'm looking for help with the opening space battles. Okay. Yeah, if anybody out there knows anybody, definitely hit Reform Cat Chris up. Do you have a Twitter? Chris Rowe, created by Chris Rowe. Facebook, Instagram. There's the Instagram. Nice. How about this? If you don't mind me posting the unlisted video on Twitter, you know, I'll throw a little shout out on Twitter and ask and say if anybody does VFX and is interested to work on a project, to contact you. I'll definitely do that. As long as you don't mind me. I know this is like, you know, it's not a finished scene, it's not a finished project. So you might be a little wary to get a clip out there, right? But if you'd want me to do that, I would absolutely do it. I am on Instagram, Alwyn Ash. I am. It's at official Hello Greedo. I post on there a couple times a month, not constantly, so I won't be of annoyance. But yeah, I appreciate that, Chris. Reform Cat. You ever get your SWTOR? I did, Trenton. I probably won't be able to stream until this weekend. I definitely won't be able to stream tomorrow night. Probably... I might stream Saturday night, but we're actually going to be in a new place, and I don't know how the internet's going to work. I'm really crossing my fingers that's going to be okay. But yeah. Alright guys, I gotta get going. But I appreciate everybody hanging out with me for an hour tonight. the rest of the night, I will be recording the final 2 chapters in the book, and I'm hoping to be able to edit them as well. But yeah, my ultimate goal is to get it up at the end of the weekend or middle of next week. My goal is to get it up on Amazon before I go out of town to EA Play next Wednesday. That's my goal. That's my goal. All right, guys. I appreciate everybody hanging out. I will check you all, or I'll see you all when I see ya. Let me run down the list. Reform Cat, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Best of luck with everything. I don't see it in the chat right now, but if you would like me to... I don't want to share this video that's unlisted without your approval, you know? You might not want it out there until it's like a finished product. You might just want it to be a little insulated at the moment. I get it. But if I see it pop up in the chat right now and you say, and you give it an okay, I'll absolutely blast it out and look for some VFX folks. Connor Johnson, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Maddie Bendy, thank you for the super chat and channel support. The King of the Fat, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Sounds good, Reform. All right, cool. I will absolutely do that. Before I forget, just so I have it pulled up here. Boom. Cool. All right, sounds good. JX Editor, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Raptark, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Weedgen, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Robin, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Carter Lovejoy, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Luke Almendinger, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Matt Thornton, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Doge Squadron, thank you for the super chat and channel support as well. All right, guys. No stream tomorrow. I might have a really quick and... Well, you know, I might stream tomorrow in the afternoon. Yeah, I might actually stream tomorrow in the afternoon. I'll see. I'm not going to promise anything, but I might stream tomorrow around like noon or 1. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe a little later than that. We'll see. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night, morning, wherever the hell you are on planet Earth. And I will catch you all on the flip side. See ya.